You are listening to WGIV and WDRB Media, the soul of Charlotte. This is Sister Joan with your show, Survive to Thrive. And before we went on the break, we were talking about my raven feeding Elijah experience that happened to me when I first got out of my domestic violence situation and I found myself homeless. I found help in the most unlikely place. A married man was willing to help me and my children get back on our feet, but in exchange, I had to have a relationship with him. And when you are in those positions, you struggle with what's good and what's not so good. And you wonder, is this what I should be doing? Should I be having a relationship with somebody else's husband? Or should I really accept the help because I had no place to go with my children and I? Long story short, this relationship lasted for about 5 years. This man took care of myself and my children and really was instrumental in our lives in allowing me to feel as if I could move on and I could go on and I could be the person that I am. And although he was someone that was married, he really provided the resource and the strength and the foundation that my children and I needed to move forward. But I also want to share this with you guys. You don't have to stoop to that level. You don't have to. You don't have to sell yourself short just because someone say, I'm going to help you and I need this in exchange. And I'm here to tell you that although I am thankful and grateful and would never say anything bad about this person, it was not the right decision. But again, it was something at the time that I felt I needed to do. And so often in life, we are faced with those challenges where you are between a rock and a hard place and you're trying to make decisions, right or wrong. Sometimes we make the decisions because we know that we need to do something in that moment to provide for ourselves and our children. But I also want to encourage you, no matter what happens, make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a plan, because honestly, I could have sat in that situation forever and ever and not wanting to leave because it was comfortable. I felt like someone was taking care of business, but I knew that that was not the right thing. And I knew that I did not want my daughters to feel as if that was the right life that we were living. And so I kept writing down my action plans in my journal. You guys know I love journaling, so I'm always writing. And so I wrote my action plan in my journal. What am I doing in this place was what I asked myself. Why am I here? What were the circumstances that led me to this place? And then on the next page, I wrote, how do I get out of this? Where do I want to go? What is the standard that I want to set for my children? And slowly, I was able to start putting things aside and putting things away and really loving myself enough to be able to transition from a place of depending on someone to take care of me to a place of independence where I was able to do that for myself and my children. And I made a decision to leave that town. I made the decision to leave that state because I knew that if I had stayed in that state, it would have been hard to get out of the situation. And so I wanted to make a difference in my life. And so I left that state so I could get away from that situation. And as I said before, I am thankful and will forever be thankful because in one of my darkest moments, this person came and helped me. This Raven situation happened where instead of coming down and devouring me, he helped me. So I will always be appreciative of that. Never give up on your dreams, guys, no matter what the obstacles that you face or the setbacks. Remember that every obstacle, every opposition, every setback is a part of your learning process. It's a part of the growth process. If you don't have challenges, then you don't have something inside of you. But when you think about your dreams, it should scare you. If your dreams do not scare you, then your dreams are not big enough. So stay the course, persevere, keep believing in yourself. Your pain will make way for your purpose. Your mess will be your message, right? Think about now, what do you want your future to be? You have the ability to change your destiny. Why? Because you are the one that's writing it. You are writing your destiny. So keep reaching, keep soaring. Every day that you wake up, you should take a step, one step further to your dream. Every day that you wake up, you've gotten a second chance. Every day you wake up, you get an opportunity to right the wrong. Most times we want to go fast, but sometimes it takes slower steps. And those steps, every time you get to another step, you should be congratulating yourself and recognizing yourself and celebrating those small steps. I would like to invite you to connect with me by going to WGIVCharlotte.com. Click on WGIV Shows tab and go to Survive to Thrive. Please also find me on Twitter and Instagram at LadyJTR, and that is LADIEJTR. You can also visit my website, www.joantrandall.com. Feel free to leave a comment or suggestion, ask any questions. And by the way, if you want to be on the show, I'll be happy to have you on and we can discuss whatever it is that is in your heart. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we will talk some more about my experience. You are listening to Sister Joan on Survive to Thrive on WDRB Media and WGIV, the Soul of Charlotte. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.